Ringo TV Reactions, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to work.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
They should tell another.
True man, I'm free, I wake up a new episode. I pop out cleaners, keep me up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me, I get it though. Yeah, I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga. Look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me, they play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like to wear that top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga. Look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you wouldn't do, for?
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So,
the guy that sits on top, right?
Ringo TV Reactions, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, we have the messy life Cat Williams and Marlon Wayans. The dress to success. Now, Cat Williams professed himself to be a boss. But if the truth be told, his rise to fame had to do with him wearing that dress. Just like a lot of these cats in the industry. They all got to wear that dress. It's something about that dress. Marlon decided to take it to social media to come against anyone who speaks against the dress. I don't know what it is with these guys, but wearing a dress is something that black men have to do in order to be successful. I'm glad I don't have to do that. Imagine as a content creator that you got to put on a dress in order to be successful and gain viewership. I wouldn't want to do this, man. But let's go back and rewind back the tape. If you're now joining in, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, click the like button. Like don't cost you not $1, right? Another thing, make sure that you're up to speed in the live stream. If you're on your cell phone, look on your cell phone on the left corner. You'll see a little thing says live. If it's not in red, then press that area so it can be in red so that you're up to speed where we are, because you might be behind 5 minutes and you end up posting in the chat and it just looks kind of weird because we're up to speed, but you're 5 minutes behind. So let's get into the topic, find out what we have here. We have several live streams to do today. Several. All right. We're going on a marathon. Okay. We're going on a marathon. We're going to push out a lot of content today. So let's take a look at this. Let's find out what's going on.
To worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on a dress.
He said he never ran into putting on a dress.
I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on a dress.
Now, he just said he would never do that. He said he never ran into that. He would never do that. He's laughing. He's making jokes out of this. But they already approached him. He had to bend over. He had to bend over, fam. Now, we're going to also do a reactionary video to the brother that played on Sanford and Son, I believe it was. There's a lot of content I got to cover because the industry is satanic, and there's a lot of things that Cat Williams tried to reveal to you that you may have, you know, misunderstood or don't really take serious. These guys in the industry, they have to bend over. I know it sounds, you know, like a little disturbing. Like, do you really got to do that? Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, that's like you a fly sister. You a baddie, right? And you want to be in this music video with all of these high profile rappers and artists, right? You're going to have to do some things. It's not going to be this thing of, oh, your talent is what brought you here. No, somebody going to try you. Now, some of you may have been in music videos or been with these executives, and you may have escaped without being touched. But trust me, if you're trying to go up that ladder, you're going to have to bend over. If you're a dude, you got to bend over. And if you're a woman, somebody got to smash. Something got to happen. Hey, I know you don't want to hear it. I get it. You don't want to hear the news. You don't want to hear the bad report. I know. But somebody is going to be tapping that thing. We're going to talk about that more. Let's get back to the tapes.
I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
He said you got to protect your brand at all times. Now, you remember when he came against Cat Williams, when he went on, The Breakfast Club. You remember when he went against Cat Williams? He tried to make it seem like that brother was out of pocket, and he tried to come against him. And he talked about how he's a boss and he has a brand. Well, how do you think he got this brand? How do you think he got this brand? because of his messy life. You ain't going to get to a certain level unless you topping off some of these executives, some of these producers. You know they had to get Kevin Hart. He didn't get through this industry unscathed. He had to do the unthinkable in order to have success. That's just the way it goes. Even while he was being interviewed by that guy, you could look at his face and you could see that it hurts to even have to talk about it because he know he had to bend over. He had to. And none of these industry cats, none of them want to talk about this because they know every now and then they got to go in, they got to take off their clothes, they got to bend over, or they got to do certain favors for these particular Satanists. And for most of these guys, for that dollar, they'll do anything. And they don't want to talk about it. They'll put on a smile, they'll hide behind their success. But if the truth be told, all of these guys had to be touched. Every last one of them. Let's go.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen.
He said your brand will be diminished. You don't want that to happen. Look how they got the brother. Look at how they see. Here's the thing, fam. I never, in the history of comedy, have I looked at any show where you see a dude wearing a dress and thought it was funny. Thought it was like there was some humor in that. I always saw that as disturbing. Like, why are y'all even doing this? Y'all couldn't get a woman? Like, why y'all doing this? Look at how they got this dude, bro. Like, what is this? Look at how they got this dude, fam. Like, how do you live with yourself as a man knowing that they got you in a dress, bro? How is this entertainment? How is this comedy? Ain't nothing funny about seeing a man in a dress with makeup on and a wig. That's not funny. Because I'm going to tell you straight, bro. If you're a woman, ladies, if you dating a brother, right, and he just says, for Halloween, he want to dress up like a woman, that going to fly with you? What if the dude you with decide he want to wear your clothes because he says he want to feel comfortable? You going to stay in that relationship? Is it going to be funny to you? Of course not. It's not going to be funny to you. So why they made this entertainment for us? Why they made this something for us to laugh at? It's not funny. It is never funny seeing men dress like women and think it's humorous. And they only do it in comedy films. Why? Because when you laughing, you let down your guard. When you're amused, you let down your guard and your senses to what is right and what is wrong. They don't do this in action movies. I'm talking about real action movies with full of drama. They don't do that type of stuff. They do it in comedy because they want you to accept that it's funny when it's really not. Let's get back to the tapes.
So
The guy that sits on top right now.
The guy that sits on top. I mean, he's telling you what he do.
What you talking about, Willis?
The guy that sits on top. I didn't make this up. I didn't say anything. He just said, the guy that sits on top. Let's listen to that again. Let's go.
Your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So
The guy that sits on top right now have taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. Rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
He's putting his money where his mouth is. Fam, that's one of the sayings I don't say. When you hear people say they put their money where their mouth is, now you know where his mouth is. Guys, don't ever say those words about put your money where your mouth is. Don't say that. Whoever made up that phrase, they setting you brothers up to make you look crazy, bro. Because when you really start to think about it, put your money where your mouth is. Where is your mouth, bro? Come on now. Where is it? So now we know. Let's get back to the tapes.
I also take full responsibility for any and everything that I've done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this.
Of course it doesn't matter if you have a wife. I mean, have you not heard of a beard? Doesn't matter if you have a wife or not. You have a lot of dudes that have a woman and they play for the other team. A lot of you ladies are with guys right now, and when those guys goes to work, you know, they polishing off some other dude. This is what goes on. Nobody want to talk about it because, again, a lot of these guys be hiding. And to be quite frank, a lot of our women are attracted to those kind of guys because they're more on the feminine type. It's just the way it is, man. Let's get back to the tapes.
When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Cat was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work.
He didn't show up to work. Notice what he said. He said that Cat Williams didn't show up to work. Why? Because Cat Williams didn't want to bend over. Remember in the interview, Cat said how he was protecting that virgin hole. You remember that? You remember what he said, right? And the reason why Kevin is upset is because he know they didn't get Cat Williams. He's upset that Cat was able to gain all this success and they didn't get to bend him over. It's sort of like if you had to go through something on your job and you had to struggle, and then they had some new cat that came in, get it? New cat that came in, and he ain't get to go through what you went through, you feel some type of way. How come he ain't got to go through that training? How come he didn't have to do all those hours? Why me? See? So that's what he's really talking about when he's bringing up these situations. The anger that's on him right there. When you see Kevin Hart right there angry in the microphone, it is not just because, you know, Cat Williams had a few things to say. No, it is because he know he had to walk through that door. He know he had to bend over. He know the amount of wood that he had to take. You know? That's what's going on. He know what he had to do to, you know, to get through that door. And it's crazy, but it is what it is, man. Let's get back to the tape.
You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I gotta fix me.
And notice what he did right there. He said that Cat Williams chose drugs. That's a lie. He tried to do a smear campaign on the brother right there by saying he chose drugs. Now, why did he do that? Because this is what they always do to men and women when they're like truth tellers or people that are outspoken in the industry. They'll say stuff like, oh, you're on drugs or you're crazy. These are the normal things that they normally do to you. You know what I mean? If you come into the chat, right, saying no sound, I'm just going to put you on the block list. So I'm going to warn you. Don't come into the chat saying there's no sound. No, the problem is not that there's no sound. The problem is that you're on a phone with the volume off. Do you understand? So check your phone before saying no sound. Or I'm going to have to put you on the block list for interrupting the show. Let's get back to the tapes.
And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
I came in this business saying I was gonna expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
And this is what they're afraid of. This is what they're afraid of. They don't want the lies to be exposed. TD Jakes, he don't want the lies to be exposed. Diddy, you know, it might have got a little quiet, but we're about to turn it back up. Because a lot of those guys, they want everybody to remain quiet. They don't want to be exposed. And Kevin, he don't want his messy life to be out there. He hide behind his success as if though he didn't have to wear that dress. That dress got him the success. Him bending over got him the deal. That's just the way it is. In the industry, you have to bend over. Any of you that want to get into that industry, you're going to learn the hard way. Get it? The hard way. Keep it up. Let's go.
That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And have the normal these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art and this is comedy.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about.
Listen, y'all don't see what's going on here? Y'all don't see how Marlon is upset? Y'all didn't notice how the host that's interviewing Marlon, everybody know about all the movies of everybody wearing a dress. You don't notice that? He's upset. And immediately he starts to talk about Caucasian folks that wear dresses as if though that mean it's cool for us. Who cares if they want to wear dresses? This is crazy, man. Rewind that back. Because he's getting in his fee-fees over the fact that he get called out wearing dresses. Let's go.
The light.
And have the normal these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic.
He called it a classic because he wore a dress. So you mean to tell me as black men, the only time a comedy show can be a classic is if you wear a dress? Look at his face, fam. You don't see how he's upset? Because he know him and his brothers, all of them had to wear dresses. All of them had to wear wigs, and they degraded themselves and sold out. And they had to bend over. Every last one of them brothers, all the Wayne brothers, all of them had to bend over and take wood, bro, and eggplants all day.
Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Notice how they know all the films of white people that wear dresses. He's using this to justify him doing it. Are y'all not seeing this? Notice how they make excuses for men wearing dresses. I mean, rather than this dude just come out in the open and say, look, fam, I sold out, I sold my soul to the devil for fortune and fame. And you know, when you, listen, this is another thing, fam, and I know y'all gonna get mad, but I really don't care. I gotta just speak the truth. All I gotta do is just say this, and telepathically, you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. When you look at the fact that Marlon sold his soul to the devil for fortune and fame and wore the dress, it affected his family. I said it affected his family. That's all I'm gonna say. You know exactly what I said, and I didn't even have to say it. Let's get back to the tapes.
He's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies.
bosom buddies. Y'all know all about the films, bro. In other words, what he's saying is, hey, since these white guys wore dresses, why y'all mad at us? I don't watch no film with no dude in no dress. What masculine man sit around watching a film with a dude in a dress and find it humorous? Who does that? What masculine man find it funny to see brothers in dresses and laugh and giggle? And they're amused by that. You can't see what they're trying to do to us? Desensitize our senses into seeing men in dresses to think it's funny? It's not funny, fam. None of that is funny. These Holly weirdos that are out here making these films and putting these brothers in dresses have an agenda, you know? And they'll use all your favorite comedians to throw them in dresses to keep you laughing long enough to keep your guard down. To keep your guard down, which cause you to accept seeing it. So now when you see it in the real world, you accept it. You can't see that? Now that you see it in the real world, you don't got a problem with it. Because it's normal to you, because you're like, hey, I'm laughing to it. It's fun. It's funny. It's humorous. And this is what they're doing to you, fam. Let's go.
Oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie.
Yes.
Notice this, fam. In Tootsie, they know all the films of who wore dresses. How they know all these films off the top of their head like this, fam? I can't name movies like that, bro. Off the top of your head, you know all the films where everybody wore a dress? Now, if you want to talk about action movies, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, I can name movies like that. Sylvester Stallone, I can name those kind of films. But films with dudes wearing dresses, I can't even name one. This is crazy, man.
He wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down.
No, nobody's tearing you down, fam. You feel ashamed of yourself because you know they got you. Just admit it. They got you, bro. You had to bend over, I get it. You know, you had to take the raw beef.
What you talking about, Willis?
It is what it is. You and all your brothers had to assume the positions. And you mad about that. Don't get mad at me. You signed on the dotted line and they got your behind. It is what it is. Let's go back to the tapes.
It's art and this is comedy.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about.
Now think about what he just said. He said it's art, it's comedy. That's what Marlon says. It's art and it's comedy. Let's go.
What people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into putting on a dress.
He said he never ran into putting on a dress.
You know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
So he said you have to have boundaries and limits that you refuse, but he didn't refuse.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. That's happened to me.
Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us, we believed that Dave Chappelle was a stand-up brother when he did this interview. But what we all didn't know is that Dave also wore a dress. Yes, it's sad, I know. It's sad. He did. Dave also wore a dress. If you look through my videos, we've already covered it, where Dave Chappelle wore a dress, wore makeup, had breasts like a woman with lipstick, and his hair was bald. and it was in a skit that they did about Howard Stern, and I forgot the woman's name, but the woman, I think she's also into women as well, and Dave Chappelle played the role of a woman in an old tape that was found. We brought it out. I don't have it in this particular live here to show you, but it's on my platform. All you got to do is just look it up, search his name, and you'll find it. Dave Chappelle did, in fact, wear a dress, fam. So even though you might see him on Oprah and he's speaking some real ish, at the end of the day, they got him too. They got him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, fam. They got him. The Dave Chappelle that we see now is the clone of Dave Chappelle. I don't know if y'all peeped the game, but if you've been following Dave Chappelle's career over the years, you would know that 1 minute he looked one way, he got out of the way for a minute, then he came back, and it's like he gained like 100 pounds. Literally. Put a 1 in the chat if you notice that over the years. Literally, Dave Chappelle, 1 minute looked one way, then he came back on the scene and gained over 100 pounds now. Literally, at least 100 to 80 pounds, and all of a sudden, he's a different guy. His jokes are different. The way he moves is different. That's the clone of Dave Chappelle. I know it's shocking to you. I know you don't want to believe me. I know you can't stand me. I get it. But being that I got your ear, I need for you to hear what's going on. Because a lot of these things that's going on in Hollywood, it's designed to confuse you. See, the Dave Chappelle right there, that was Dave Chappelle. That was the real Dave Chappelle back then. That was Dave Chappelle when he was at the peak of his career doing his thing. The Dave Chappelle you see now, that's the clone of Dave Chappelle. Y'all gotta understand this. I know it's difficult. You don't want to believe. You think I'm crazy. Well, you thought Dave Chappelle was crazy, you know, for going to Africa and turning down 50 million. And you're going to say I'm crazy. But what I'm showing you is when you have guys that are sounding the alarm, because even though they got Dave Chappelle, he still was trying to sound the alarm in hopes that you don't have to get greased up by the industry, because this is what's happening. And he tried to warn people because he knew they got him, and he said, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to rebel. That's why they put him on Oprah. Now, you know Oprah is a gatekeeper. You know she's in the industry. You know who she is. She's definitely a demon in disguise. A lot of people in the industry don't like her, but at the same time, she's a door that they have to submit to. This is why you have the other woman, I don't got her name off the top of my head right now, that came out talking about how Oprah did this, Oprah did that, and there's a little controversy. And then you had another actress, I don't have her name, and she basically ignored her situation by saying, well, I don't got no problem with the industry. That's her problem. You see what I'm saying? And it's just sad how nobody cares. And we did videos about all of that. It's all on the platform. All you gotta do is just check it out. Let's go.
I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute.
Somebody put Taraji. Yeah, that's her name, Taraji. Taraji, when she spoke about Oprah, and there's a video where you saw her taking photos next to Oprah, and it's like Oprah didn't even want to sit or stand next to her because there was so much tension in the room. You know what I mean? That's how serious it be in Hollywood. You get it? A lot of these people don't get paid. A lot of these actors are actually broke. They struggling. But on paper, it looks good. But in reality, these people are living horrible lives, trying to make ends meet. And nobody wanted to take up for Taraji. Nobody wanted to take up for her because, again, if you try to take up for her, then you're not going to eat. You're going to get blacklisted. Nobody's going to want to work with you. Nobody's going to want to be a part of, you know, they're not going to make you have no work. You know, this is what they do to you. It's just like, even though, what's this lady name, man? We just did a video about her, man. Monique. Even though Monique, it can be messy at times, it's because she speaks some truth here and there about the industry. And because she do that, she's stepping on toes of all these executives, and they don't like that. Nobody likes being told on in the industry because there's a lot of corruption, and they want to hide and make money. So they're going to blacklist you. They're going to cancel you. This is what happened to Dave Chappelle when he got on Oprah. When Dave Chappelle did this interview, it was over for him. It was over. You understand? Once he did that interview, it was over for him. And they say, you know what? We're going to have to clone this guy, fam. Somebody asked, well, where did Dave Chappelle go? Where's the original Dave Chappelle? I don't know. But all I know is the dude that's there now, that's not him. That's not him, bro. I don't care what nobody say. The new guy that's there, that's not him. That's somebody else. Just like how they cloned Jamie Foxx. The Jamie Foxx y'all see now, that's not Jamie Foxx. And where is Jamie Foxx? What's going on with Jamie? Where he's at? He used to be so active on social media. Where he go? What's going on? Open your eyes and start to see. They cloning these cats out here, fam.
And he put this dress on, and what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. Huh. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
Do you see how they keep pressuring you to wear the dress, bro? Why they want these men in dresses, fam? Why? Why can't they put these men in suits with a tie? Why a dress? Why are they doing this to our brothers? Yeah, they got Martin too. They got all of those guys, man. All of them guys, they got all of them. All of them guys had to get greased up in the industry.
What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, it's so difficult.
And that's how they see you, fam. When you don't want to wear the dress, they look at you as being difficult. Like, I thought this is about acting. I thought this is about your talent. We want to make the people laugh. Put on the dress. Nah, fam, I'm not wearing no dress. Well, if you don't wear the dress, we're not going to make you get no gigs in Hollywood. But fam, I got a family. I got to survive. We're not going to do it, bro. You ain't going to be able to eat. Come on, guys. Y'all can't do this to me, man. I got kids to feed. Well, you're going to have to wear that dress, bro. Bro, I don't want to wear the dress. Listen, wear the dress, fam. Wear the dress. If you, listen, remember that movie I said I want to put you in? Yeah, the one with such and such, those great actors, those A-list actors? Yeah. Well, I need for you to wear that dress, bro. You wear that dress, you guarantee to get into that movie. What you call that? Quid pro quo? That's what that's called, right? In other words, do something for me, I'll do something for you. It happens every single day in Hollywood. I kid you not. Every day. Every single day, it's a do something for me and I'll do something for you. And for you ladies, it's even worse. For you, man, it's dirty. In the industry, they always do this, man. Do something for me, I'll do something for you, making promises. But the thing is, they end up bending you over, and then they don't do what they said they promised you. And that's when it really gets people. And that's why you see a lot of these artists and these actors coming forward. It's because they already bent over. They already took the oath. They already sacrificed family members. And then they didn't get what they were promised. So it's like, yo, what? So they come to social media. So when you see the Moniques, when you see the Cat Williams, when you see different people, not saying that all of them got, but my point is, when they come on social media, It's because the industry is coming at them. And they don't have nowhere else to turn. But most of them took the oath already. For some of them, it's too late.
And leave. Now the producers come on, David would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, strong brothers, why they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress, I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine, think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
10 minutes later, he came back with a whole nother scene. Ain't that amazing?
It's like, so you gotta take a stand.
You gotta take a stand. And that's something that a lot of people don't do in Hollywood. A lot of you have these same type of issues happening on your 9 to 5. Literally, quid pro quo going on your job. Supervisor telling you, hey, give me this, I'll do this. You're literally selling out on the 9 to 5. See, when we do these type of videos, when we do these type of shows, we want you to see reality. This is the messy life of Kevin Hart and Marlon Wayans. And it goes all throughout the spectrum of different actors, different celebrities, different rappers. They had to do things in order to get to where they are. A lot of these people are not self-made. Now, Cat Williams pretty much promoted, paid for his own projects. But people thought that other people were sponsoring or, supporting what he was doing. He had to do his own thing. You get it? To avoid the BS, because when you have all these other people in control, they control you. That's how the industry be, fam. A lot of these singers and artists, as talented as they are, they're not in control. Someone else control them. You would think they're in control. They're not in control. Their social medias, they don't even own them. Somebody else control them. Their YouTube channels, they don't control them. Someone else owned them. You're a product. If you want to truly be a boss, you got to be totally independent from the system. If you're connected to the system in any way, they control you and they determine your success, and they could turn your TV off. This is why you got to be on point and not get caught up like all these other cats that are learning the hard way. Check it out. Look at that, fam. Come on now. Come on, this is crazy, bro. Look at the Wayne brothers. Look at how they had these cats. Look at Jamie Foxx. Come on, bro. Look at this. This is crazy. Wow. What do you think?
Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is that something that you wouldn't do
for a check? Notice what he asked him. Is that something you wouldn't do for? He never answered, but you know what he mean, for a check. Listen.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the trust.
He lied to us.
I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished.
Wow.
And you don't want that to happen. So
he said your brand could be diminished. But look at what he's doing, y'all. Look at what he's doing, fam. This is the messy life of Kevin Hart. The messy life. This is what they do behind the scenes. They go to these private parties where they got to wear women clothes. They got to do freaky things. They don't tell you about these private parties. These guys get on all fours, crawling around the floor, doing crazy-ish because it's entertaining for the elite. These are like the pets of the elite. But when they in the public, they profess themselves as bosses, as brands, and they wear dresses. That's what Kevin Hart had to do in order to rise to success, y'all. He dressed for success.
So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lou Nell. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Cat Williams.
All underneath the umbrella of Cat Williams. Are y'all not seeing the agenda? All of those people that are under the umbrella of Cat Williams, they got to answer to Cat Williams. And trust and believe it, they got to bend over too. They all got to bend over. It doesn't matter who you are. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're mad at me. Some of y'all unsubscribed already. Some of y'all got upset. But if you follow the platform, make sure you click the like button. But if the truth be told, these people have to bend over, fam. Have to. I mean, think about this, fam. And most of you that are on the 9 to 5, you would agree with this. You got people that work at the 9 to 5. Don't call none of their names out so that you don't expose them. But you got people that work with you that sold out in the workplace where they literally kiss their supervisors, ASS, do everything they want to be accepted in some special group. And now that they're in that special group, you can see that they get special favor, whereas you don't get that favor. Supervisor's more difficult with you, always want to give you a memo, always want to hold you to scrutiny, always want to be up around you. But with that other worker, supervisor never do nothing to them. They could be breaking all the rules, not doing their job, don't come in with their uniform, don't got nothing, and the supervisor don't even bother them. You know why? Because that other worker is the pet. That other worker is a snake that is used by the supervisor to watch you, to do the dirty work. Same thing in the industry. Same exact thing in the industry. So Kevin Hart is a gatekeeper now. And all these other comedians are up under him. They cannot do nothing without answering to Kevin Hart. That's how it is, man. You got special cliques in the workplace, and it's all corruption. It's all corrupt. Everybody's corrupt. Same thing in Hollywood. Listen to what he say now.
Cat Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up?
Wow.
You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform, and I brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss.
He's a boss. How? How did Kevin Hart, how did he become a boss? When he put on the dress. When he put on the dress, he got tossed. See, when he say boss, what he really mean is tossed. Literally, they did a lot of things to him. What did they do to him?
They tossed his salad.
Yeah, that's what they did.
What you talking about, Willis?
That's what they did to him, fam. They tossed his salad, and now he called himself a boss because he got tossed. Let's get back to the tapes.
I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating.
Do you see that? He sit on top of it, and the opportunities that he was given. So somebody gave him this position because he got in the position. Did you get it?
What you talking about, Willis?
Okay, let's get back to the tapes. Let's go.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on a dress.
I definitely never got ran into putting on a dress. You wore a dress, bro. The man interviewing you trying to act like you're this strong black man that never got approached to wear the dress. when clearly you wore the dress? Let's go.
I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
But he crossed them, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him, fam. Look at how they got this man, bro, with earrings and lipstick and... Dang, bro.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you wouldn't do, for...
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
Now, let me tell you what happened, fam, because a lot of y'all don't realize what happened, fam. Let me give you the breakdown of what really went on. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to tell you what really happened, fam. Put a 1 in the chat for me to tell you what really happened. The dark, sinister secrets that they won't tell you. You are looking at an interview where Kevin Hart basically said, definitely haven't ran into putting on a dress. Once he said this, once the elite saw that he made this interview, they approached him. They approached him and said, we saw your interview. We saw and heard the things that you had to say about you haven't been approached. Well, we're approaching you now. You're going to wear that dress if you want to keep your success. You're going to bend over, and we're going to do X, Y, and Z to you. We want you to attend this party moving forward. You're to never do these kind of interviews again. And if you do these kind of interviews, you will be canceled. And they told him, the next time you do a film or whatever the case is, or any sort of show or skit, whatever, you will be wearing a dress. Because we do not want to hear that you haven't been approached and you're not this, as if though you're another Dave Chappelle. We don't want to hear that. So you get used to wearing dresses, because you're going to wear a hell of a lot of them. And that's what they did. And he had to bend over and get greased up and take the meat. And I know a lot of y'all think this don't happen. All these guys had to take the eggplant, fam. Don't let them gas you up, bro. All of them did. Just look at this dude, bro. You can't tell? Come on now. He had to. That's how you get to that level.
I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have.
So where was your boundaries? Where was your boundaries? Kevin, you ain't have no boundaries. You made them put a dress on you, bro. Yo, Kevin, you made them bend you over. You did that, bro. They bend you over, man. You wanted the money so bad, you said, you know what? I'm gonna bend over. Before I do that, is anybody gonna know about this? Is anybody gonna know, like, what's going on with me?
Nah, nobody's gonna know about this. It's all good.
You sure? Because I don't want... Y'all don't got no cameras in here, right?
Nah, we don't got no cameras in here, fam. Just hold tight, fam. You know what I mean? It's gonna be real quick. Just hold still.
All right, man. Dag, man. Dude. So before you do it, wait, before you do it.
What's the hold up? I got others to do.
I just want to ask a question before you do it, fam. Did all the other actors have to go through this too?
Of course they had to go through this, fam. They all got greased up.
All right, so hey, let's get the show on.
What you talking about, Willis?
And that's what happened, fam. They came to him, they told him what he had to do, and he did it. Just like that. Without no fight. He just let them put it inside of him, bro.
limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand.
How did you become a brand? No, that's cold. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to break it down. Listen, you want to know how did he become a brand? You want to know? Because he's speaking to you in their language. Kevin Hart was branded by the meat. They put the heavy meat on his back.
What you talking about, Rules?
He was branded. You know, like how they did in slavery when they would take the branding iron and they would put it on the slave's back and burn him to engrave the mark on him? That's what he mean when he say he's a brand. They put heavy meat in Kevin, and they put heavy meat in Marlon Wayans, fam. All of those dudes had to take the eggplant. Let's go.
You need to protect your brand at all times.
When he said, listen, when he said you got to protect your brand at all times, you got to peep the language, what he's speaking here, fam. He has a brand because he was branded by the industry. And he's talking all this talk about protecting your brand, but yet the industry came to him and said, look, we're going to have to put you in a dress because we don't want you to sound like all these other freedom fighters. We don't want you to sound like that. So we're going to brand you with some D. And we're going to make you see what the real is. And after you take this D, we don't want you talking about it. Because if you do, hey, you're going to get blood sacrificed. That's why a lot of these cats got to wear these dresses, because they were approached and they scared to get blood sacrificed. You see it happening every day. A lot of celebrities are dying. A lot of rappers are pulling up dead. A lot of actors are, they just passing away like flies. And it's because a lot of them didn't want to take the oath. A lot of them didn't want to do the blood sacrifice, because the way the blood sacrifice works is either you're going to have to get like a close relative, a family, some brother, sister, a close nephew, somebody that you love, and you got to offer them up as a sacrifice. That's how you got to do it in order to get paid in the industry. All of these cats that are in the billionaire status, a lot of these cats had to sell their souls. Some of them sold their soul, and now they want out. They want out of the Illuminati. And when they go out, that's why they start taking their money. They start doing this, messing with their bank account, messing with this. All of a sudden, they got all these charges, and they getting harassed, and they getting pulled over and arrested, and it's all by design. Because now they're being targeted for speaking the truth, because they don't want us to wake up. A lot of you folks out there that may think all of these guys are just entertainers and it's all jokes. No, it's a real life agenda to desensitize our brothers into wanting to wear these dresses. And it's making us comfortable. And a lot of the younger brothers that's coming up, like the teenage young men, guys in their early 20s, they're quick to put on a dress. Some of these young cats, in order to get into Hollywood, they don't mind putting on a dress. If there's some young actors that's viewing me right now, you would wear a dress instantly if it meant you could be in a movie with a particular actor. You wouldn't mind putting on a dress because you're thirsty to get through that door. And this is what they're doing by design. So they make you see these actors and these comedians do this to make the up-and-coming generation accept wearing that dress. That's why they put this dude in a particular platform and gave him position and made him a gatekeeper. That's why.
Things happen that can possibly affect your brand. Your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So.
Was his brand diminished? No. The more evil and wicked you are in the industry, the more your brand is successful. Come on now. When you're in the industry, the more evil and wickedness you do, the more successful you become. That's how it is in the industry. Let's go.
I'm tired of the rhetoric of, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses.
Notice what he said, only black people. Now that speaks volume to white people. Because what he's essentially saying to the white viewing audience that may be viewing the stream is that you accept seeing men in dresses. That's what Marlon Wayans said. Because he said only black people. So basically, anytime a black man or woman give pushback against the agenda, people like Marlon get upset and try to defend themselves because they know they got touched. This guy got his back blown out many times. Many, many times, fam. I know it's difficult for you to listen to, but I'm telling you, this is what goes down. Why do you think he's defending it? Think about this. Why would he be on a podcast with headphones on defending the fact that he wore a dress? Come on. Before the podcast had to go live, they had to talk about this by saying, fam, we need to do a podcast because we got a lot of people coming against these brothers wearing these dresses. We got to defend our honor in wearing a dress. So Marlon, you get on out there and you show them that it's okay to wear a dress. You go out there and do it. But I don't want to do it. I don't really want to. Go out there and do the interview. Do you really think Marlon wanted to do that interview? No. He would rather stay home and chill. But he had to do the interview. Remember the tapes that Hassan Campbell always play, even though he's crazy too? He would play the tape with, what's this dude? Tekashi 6ix9ine. And Tekashi would be like, oh, you know, you have to. You have to. They say you got to go to the meeting. You have to. Well, I don't want to do it. You have to. You have to do it. You have to go do it. Because they control you. They own you. You're nothing but a puppet. You remember? So Marlon had to do that interview. The elite called him up and said, you go sit down and you talk about how good it is to wear a dress. Let's go.
Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar.
You know, I would never thought to see the day where I would see a grown man defend other men wearing dresses. I never thought I would see this. This guy, and he's serious too. This dude is serious about defending this thing, man. Like he literally is defending all these actors who wore these dresses. It's amazing.
Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art and this is comedy.
So take responsibility for what you did. Fuck you. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear fucking, who else can I go down the road of other
He said go down?
What you talking about, Willis?
Let's rewind that back, fam.
Who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain.
Pause, bro.
What you talking about, Willis?
He said guys that got on top.
What you talking about, Willis?
Let's rewind that back, man. This is crazy stuff, man. Let's listen to that again.
Who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them.
No. What?
What you talking about, Willis?
The people that are coming under them? Oh, man. Nah, bro. Pause, bro. Pause. Pause, fam. What are you saying, bro? Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is crazy what he's saying. That's a fragrant foul, bro. Man.
Why? Because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit.
What?
Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit. This shit is earned. It's not given. I don't give a fuck if you're a Tiffany Haddish fan or not. It's earned. Tiffany Haddish got years in the game. It's not an accident that Tiffany Haddish got an opportunity to star in a movie. It's not.
Listen, you know why she got that access to star in these movies? She's not going to tell you. But it goes back to what I told you. You just can't get into those movies without bending over, fam. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You got to do something. Don't let Kevin Hart fool you. Look at her body posture, fam. She know what she had to do to get in them films. She know what she had to do, fam. He's doing the talking for her because she got to answer to him. Let's go.
Accident that character popped in the movie. Written or not written, a character has to pop it.
And he even acknowledged the years that you put in.
Whoa. A character have to pop it. Nah.
What you talking about, Willis?
He just said a character has to pop it, y'all. And y'all mad at me? Let's get back to the tapes, fam.
For that. Now I want to ask
That
you,
was so
Tiffany, because
contradictory
you were
about
very
it.
classy in your response on social media, because the first thing I thought was, that's effed up. What's Tiffany going to say? Because it has to be hurtful when somebody says something like that. Especially, I'm sure you were a fan of his, you know, at some point.
I still am a fan of his. I think he's hilarious.
So what did you think when you heard that before you responded?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck his man? And then I was like,
You're stupid. You're funny.
Are y'all getting this, fam? Look at what she just did, bro. She says, so did I F his man? So she's basically saying that the brother is gay. Are y'all not seeing that? Let's listen to that again, fam, because a lot of this stuff, you know, people may probably not have heard, but let's listen to that again.
Now I want to ask
That
you,
was so
Tiffany, because
contradictory
you were
about
very
it.
classy in your response on social media, because the first thing I thought was, that's effed up. What's Tiffany going to say? Because it has to be hurtful when somebody says something like that. Especially, I'm sure you were a fan of his, you know, at some point.
I still am a fan of his. I think he's hilarious.
So what did you think when you heard that before you responded?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck his man? And then I was like,
You're stupid. You're funny.
that's what I thought at first. That's what I always think. When people say mean things, I always think that because I figure I must have took something from you. I must have did something to you.
Do you see how she says she's a fan, but then she's accusing the guy of being gay? So do you see how she took personal shots at him, right? You see what's going on? Let's go.
All of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency.
What?
What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there.
I told you, man. This is what they do.
What you talking about, Willis?
This is what they do. Look, I know. Some of this stuff, man, it sounds crazy. Sounds unbelievable. But believe it or not, a lot of these cats, man, they be doing some dirty things behind the scenes, man. Dirty things is happening every single day. Listen to what he said, fam. Let's rewind that back. Let's listen to Cat. Find out what Cat had to say, fam. Let's get into this thing. Let's go.
Talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute, Cat. Hold on now. You said when you walk in a room, heads go down.
What you talking about, Willis?
Nah, bro. Nah, fam. That right there ain't right too, man. Let's go.
black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous.
And then I realized I never did nothing to that man. And then when I started like really listening to it, I was like, oh, he got his facts wrong. He's obviously not paying attention to me, and somebody must have been complaining to him about me or whatever, and maybe he felt some type of way. I don't know. I just feel like, well, you know, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I'm not mad. Right. I'm not upset.
But did he apologize? Because we seen a picture that
what's the first thing he said to you?
He apologized. He said, listen, let me explain what's going on. And then he explained himself, and then I was just like, well, you know.
What did he explain?
Yeah, what kind of explanation
can you give? He just said, I hate it?
Huh?
He just said, I hate it?
No, he didn't say that.
Did he say he was high?
I want to step in because I'm going to let my sister keep it classy.
Yeah.
Somebody kicked my sister ball over the fence. I want it back.
Whoa.
It doesn't matter what he...
So hold up. Kevin just admit that he want the ball back.
What you talking about, Willis?
Whoa. I didn't say it. He said it. He said he want the ball back. He said he want the ball back because it was kicked over the fence, and he wants somebody to hand him the balls personally. Let's get back to the tapes.
Said. It doesn't matter what the apology was.
So you didn't like the apology?
It's not about the apology, and I want to get this very clear. I want to make it very clear. Cat Williams is an amazing, talented comedian, which is why I'm so frustrated. I sit from afar and I admire the man's talent. I don't like that you said anything negative about a woman of color that's getting her shot. Say it to me. Say it to me. I'll take it all.
What?
Hate me.
Whoa.
What you talking about, Willis?
This is getting crazy, man. It's really getting crazy out here. Let's go.
Cat Williams is an amazing, talented comedian, which is why I'm so frustrated. I sit from afar and I admire the man's talent. I don't like that you said anything negative about a woman of color that's getting her shot. Say it to me. Say it to me. I'll take it all. Hate me.
You do seem to be more offended about this than I've ever seen.
I have sat back. I have forever been the humble guy. I have time to not be humble today. I have time to fact check everything he said because the world of Cat Williams is a fictional world.
Is he selling that many tickets?
Let's run that.
You know, I have to Google.
He said on his...
See, this is how you know that Cat Williams always been winning, because they're all in there. He's the topic of discussion. He's the topic of discussion. All of them making, they don't have their numbers right. He made a lot of false allegations against him. Well, let's listen in. Let's go.
I was like, when was she married to a white man? I went back. I was like, because I know.
I've been proposed to by a white man before, and then found out he was really black when we did that DNA test. But it is what it is.
So you weren't married to a white man?
No, never.
I know that, but whatever.
No, these tickets.
Kev,
He said he sold,
yes, 2.4 million tickets.
False.
On his last tour.
False.
That's more than Beyonce and Jay-Z.
That's more than Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake.
That's more than
Billy Joel, the Eagles.
That's more than
So now they questioning the numbers now.
Beyonce and Justin Timberlake combined.
Will there ever be another Comic View, Def Comedy Jam? Could that, in today, in 24, 25, 26, could we see that again?
They've already announced it. It's already going. You didn't know? Yeah, Kevin Hart purchased it, so he's now doing Comic View. That happened at the same time that they gave DC Young Fly Hollywood Squares. Where? Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for... Don't such and such open the gate? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers?
Wow.
There's 100 gates out here.
Wow.
Everyone I've seen got a keeper.
Would you have wanted to do Comic View or Def Comedy Jam? Would you have wanted to be?
I think we just mentioned I did them both.
No, I'm saying he purchased the rights and refranchise it.
Nope. They didn't offer it to me anyway. like Comic View did a couple of disservices to comedy as well. So there were people like me that were out there getting 2 and 3 standing ovations in one set. And that wasn't good for television. So what they did was they started making everybody get a standing ovation. So they would tell the audience, when they get off stage, everybody get up and cheer. And so now the fact that I'm the only one out there going to get standing ovations is now making people think everybody get a standing ovation. And that's not how comedy is. So
See, this is why they didn't like Cat Williams, because he kept it real. In other words, why they trying to switch it up. In other words, he's getting standing ovations that is sincere. I'm talking about real standing ovations. So because they see him getting it, they said, you know what? We don't want nobody to feel left out. So every time an act or a comedian comes on, let's give them the same fake standing ovation. That's not real comedy, because it's not an authentic reaction from the crowd. It's sort of like going on a sitcom. Those of you that may have been on Ricky Lake's show, those of you that may live in New York, you may have, went on a Ricky Lake show or Jenny Jones back in the day. If you can recall, when you're on those shows, they'll literally tell you when to applause if you're a part of the audience. Like, they'll be doing the show, and then you'll see the sign come up, everybody start clapping. Or they'll tell you, okay, react to this. It's all fake. This is why a lot of the times when you're watching TV, a lot of the laughter, it's fake. It's not really coming from a place of people really laughing and cheering. It's what they do to get to make the show a little more interesting. Let's go.
Right. I understood why that couldn't go anymore, because remember, Ricky Smiley sat right here and told you a story about how he performed with Mike Epps and Cat Williams when he did Comic View, and to let him tell it, he was funnier than both. My name Lil Dow. You're talking about the special needs. That's good.
That's a different
That's some clever material.
That was.
Hold up. You don't know who Ricky Lake is?
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, she definitely have to know. Who don't know who Ricky Lake is, man? If you don't know who Ricky Lake is, then you would have to be 19 years old right now. You know what I'm saying? You would have to be literally just turned 20, 21, and then I would accept that you don't know. But everybody's supposed to know who Ricky Lake is, bro. Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, what is that other guy, man? I mean, there's so many different shows that was going on in the 90s that was crazy that, it was cool back then, even though they were part of the problems that we have today. But her show definitely was popular back in the day. Let's go.
Different time, Cat.
No, it wasn't. It was the time. I was there.
But I'm saying.
That time, this time, same times.
No, but I'm saying.
Just like people that tell you the Egyptians, they not black. Egypt is in Africa, folks.
Yeah, I better peep the game of what he just said. He said even the Egyptians are not, how in Hollywood, especially in these Jesus films, they love to say that the Egyptians are white people. Well, that's a joke. Real Egyptians are melanated people. I wouldn't call them black, even though we use that term all the time. And the reason for that, for educational purposes, if I can, there are many dark races of people. That doesn't mean we're all the same people. So-called white people in today's day, and please understand, all of these are crayon colors. Black, white, those are crayon colors. They call us black because they really don't want us to know our true identity as the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. So what they tend to do is, because you have what is known as Africa and you have other dark races of people, they try to box us all into one group by saying we're African American, which makes no sense because how are you going to represent two continents? If you were to go to Africa right now, nobody would claim you. So at the end of the day, Egypt, what is known as Egypt, right? That would be in Africa. So if you really think about it, everybody from that region are dark races. The Egyptians, the so-called Africans, those are Hamites. You get what I'm saying? So when you really think about this, in Hollywood, they depicted the Egyptians as white people. I believe the movie is The 10 Commandments with Charleston Heston, I believe the actor name is. Brilliant actor. He did a wonderful job in the film 10 Commandments. But the cast being cast as white is historically wrong. Do you understand? The cast of the 10 Commandments being depicted as Caucasian people is historically wrong. That is not the identity. Real Egyptians is a dark race of people. This is why when you actually study the Bible and you realize that Moses was an Hebrew, an Israelite, his so-called mother pretty much left him in the Nile. The Egyptians found him, the sister of Pharaoh, so and so and so. She took him in and raised him as her own son. So now how could a black man, right, be with Caucasian people as their family members? It makes no logical sense. The people of the scriptures, the chosen people, the Israelites, are black people, right? You and me, usins, we're the biblical Israelites today, the lost sheep. And in today's culture, they have stolen our identity, stolen our language, our culture, our heritage. We really don't know who we are. I mean, I know who I am. You may not know who you are because you're entertained by comedy. So what Cat is trying to prove here is that when you think about what's going on in Hollywood, he's giving you bits and bits of pieces of truth. They don't like the fact that he's exposing this, because by him exposing this, it proved that they're whitewashing history. You know what I mean? So in the movie 10 Commandments, when you saw all of these Caucasian people, that is not a historical fact. The movie should have been casted with all dark races of people, because in that region, that is how it was. You get what I mean? That is exactly how it is. How in the world could Caucasian people survive in that region? It makes no sense. How? How could white folk endure the transatlantic slave trade in that heat and blistering work? It doesn't make any sense. Only our people can endure such cruelty because we're actually the chosen people. And it's even written of in the book of Deuteronomy in the Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 28 gives you the historical facts of us being placed into slavery. It says that you're going to go into slavery and you're going to be sold into captivity as bondmen and bondwomen. And it tells us that the other nations are going to come from far, in whom which language we don't even know, and they're going to put us into captivity. And that's what happened to us today. And this is why we have been sold to the French, to the Dutch, to the Spaniards, to all these different groups, right? And because of this, we speak Spanish. You know, some of us, we've been in Panama, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti. You speak, French. You speak Creole. These are not your native tongue. All of my yard brothers and sisters and them out there, you think, oh, I speak patois, so I'm a yard man, I'm Jamaican and all this other stuff. No, the original Jamaican is the white man. You took on his native tongue. Do you understand? All the Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters, you took on the Spaniards. The Spaniard is the original Spanish-speaking man. Do you understand? French, Creole, that is not your native tongue as a black man who was raised in Haiti and so forth. That is the tongue of the Caucasian man. Do you understand? And for most of us, we fight one another as if though, well, I'm Haitian, I'm Dominican Republic, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Panamanian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Jamaican, I'm a Trini, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Colombian, I'm this. You know, I'm Guyanese. when all uno been placed in slavery. And due to the slave master, you was raised in a certain area, and that's all you know because you lost your identity. You're none of those things. Your last name is not even your name. Your last name come from the slave master that enslaved your family. But you don't know this. Now, I just give you a brief lesson of history. Let's get back to the tapes.
As long as Egypt is in Africa, then Egyptians are African.
There
Kevin
you go.
doesn't have to worry about.
He spoke the truth, but is anybody gonna co-sign what he say and admit it? Of course not. They want to continue to let the lie keep going on and on and on.
What people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
But he don't have no limits. He crossed all the limits. That's why they got that man looking like that, man.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry.
If anybody got that full interview with this clip here, I would want to see the full interview. The full interview with Kevin Hart and this gentleman right here. I don't know where the full interview is. I just found a YouTube short. And when I found that YouTube short, I was like, wow, look at this. Where's the full interview? I don't know where the full interview is, but hey, if you got that interview, send it to my Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. Ringo TV Raw on Instagram. Send that interview if you can find it. I want to do a review on it. Let's go.
To make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts and is that something that you wouldn't do for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries.
And see, this is why, if I can interject this section in here, being that I got your ear regarding the biblical Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High. A lot of people on social media today are going around saying that they're chosen ones. I need for folks to stop playing games with the Most High. If you're a chosen one, you're of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Do you understand me? The chosen people, the biblical Israelites. And to truly be chosen, it means that you're set apart. It means that you have repented of your sins. It means that you're keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. If you're not doing that, you're not chosen. A chosen one preaches the gospel. A chosen one teaches people to repent of their sins. That's what a chosen one is. But when you look throughout social media, everybody is calling themselves chosen ones when they're not even living the life. It's pure hypocrisy. You got Asian, Caucasian, everybody calling themselves chosen ones because influencers have taken that which is in the Bible and they're now using it to profit by misleading everyone to think that they're a part of some special group called chosen ones. And it's disrespectful because you're disrespecting the people of the Most High who are the real chosen ones. You're disrespecting them. If you're truly chosen, why you're not teaching the people to repent of their sins? Why you're not teaching the people about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? If you're really chosen, why aren't you teaching people to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments? Why? Because most of these people are frauds. Let's go.
You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
He didn't protect his brand. Instead, he got branded by some D in Hollywood. They put heavy meat on his back and they gave him a platform. You don't get successful in the industry unless you take the oath.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished and you don't.
No, your brand won't be diminished when you do evil. This is the problem. When you do evil, your brand excel and you become more successful. Do you understand me? Because here's the thing, if you're doing the right thing, how come everybody don't like you? If I'm teaching this truth, how come everybody don't like me? If I preach the gospel, why everybody don't like me? If I teach people to overcome their sins, why they don't like me? Why? Why? Shouldn't I be the greatest guy ever? But no, people will hate you when you do the right thing. When you do evil, everybody will love you. That's just how the world works.
You don't want that to happen, so.
The guy that sits on top right now have taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. So rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I also take full
He's putting his money where his mouth is. Remember that.
responsibility for any and everything that I've done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions?
Do you see how he's kissing the white man ASS? Do you see how he buck dancing for massa? Do you see what Kevin Hart is doing? He's buck dancing right here. That's what he's doing. He always been jealous of Cat Williams. With all the money Kevin Hart have, he's still jealous because that's what happens in this life. People will hate you, even though they got more than you. How many of you have success? You dress good, you live right, you're doing the best you can, and people still mad at you. Still mad and hate you and jealous of you. Why? Because you're doing better than them. You're actually doing better than them. It doesn't matter how much money you got. You got a lot of people that got a lot of money and they miserable with all the money. Why? Because they got all the cars, they got all the houses, they got all the clothes, they got everything they need, so they're miserable now. When you have a lot of possessions in life, it gets to a point where it gets boring. Imagine having all the clothes, all the shoes, you got so much materials, you can't even wear it. You got 18 cars, you got several properties in different states, different countries, you got property. You got so much money you can never spend it. Your life becomes boring after a while. You just don't even know what to do anymore. And that's exactly where Kevin Hart is right now. He's miserable and he's upset, and the powers that be sent him to go on the Breakfast Club and try to put dirt on Cat Williams' name so that we, the people, can now look at Cat Williams as if though he's crazy, as if though he's on drugs, as if though he's a lunatic. That's how they do it, through propaganda. That's what sells. Do you understand? Let's get back to the tapes.
You had the shot.
Cat was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
Notice he's saying you were the guy. You had the shot. Why? In other words, you were in position to get your back blown out just like Kevin Hart got his back blown out. But because Cat Williams, remember in the interview, he said he decided to protect that virgin hole. Remember? And again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury of court of public opinion, understand this. There is no such thing as a man being a virgin. There is no such thing as a man being a virgin. Only a woman could be a virgin. Do you understand? Because when you're a virgin, it means that you have a hymen. It means that you're a woman of marriageable age and you have a vagina. When a woman has her virginity and she get her cherry popped, she bleed. Even in the scriptures, it talks about the tokens of virginity, and it only applied to women, not men. So when Cat talks about virgin a-hole, you know what he's talking about. It means he was never popped. So when a man says, oh, I'm a virgin, what that man is essentially saying is that he never been popped by a man. That's what he's saying. If you're a man and you never had sex, don't ever call yourself a virgin. Just say you never been intimate with a woman. Because the word virgin only applied to women. It's a feminine word. Come on now, people. We got to come up with our knowledge and understand these things. Stop looking in these dictionaries, listening to what a dictionary says, and understand the true meaning of the word virgin. It don't have nothing to do with a man. Let's get back to the tapes.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you.
Notice how he's dissing Cat Williams by saying that he effed up everything and he ruined his career. This is what they do in the industry. They send their attack dogs to do damage.
You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Wow, so you saying that Cat Williams became a risk to the studios? Nah, you really mad about is the fact that Cat Williams didn't take the oath in terms of bending over. Because the way the rituals go with these guys, they gotta bend over. They gotta literally bend over, and it's not just one dude that's blowing their back out, it's several dudes that's blowing their backs out in them rituals. Because the reason why they gotta do this, fam, is because they need dirt on your name. So they record it. They record you getting your back blown out. So the minute you get out of pocket, they release the video to the public. Ooh, new video. Cat Williams in steamy, leaked video of him with a man. They get this kind of stuff on you to blackmail you out there, fam, to put you in hot water when you don't want to listen to the elite.
Was he at risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, notice how he lied. He said that Cat Williams chose drugs. Cat Williams made it clear that he never used no drugs. People would just put that on him, and this is how they did with a lot of people. They call you crazy, and they say you're on drugs. This is what they do to you.
Okay. Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what, I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TGJ, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee.
Okay, I'm up there with those people. So in comedy, it's unheard of to get those numbers. To throw out numbers like 2.4 million is ridiculous. That's false. It's not even close. Also, to say 15 consecutive 100 city tours, it's false. What are you doing? So where did you do the new stuff? When did you ever work on something? Consecutive.
Notice how he's trying to discredit his credibility. Are you not seeing that? That's what he's basically trying to do here because he figured he's the top dog now. That's what's really going on here. He's trying to compete. That's what's happening.
Means in a row. Where? There's a Forbes list every year that comes out. Go back to 2007, go back to 2006. Cat Williams has never been on it.
You cannot go by the Forbes list. Do you not know that, fam? You can't go by that Forbes list. Listen. You cannot go by that Forbes list. They don't just put you on that list. You got to be a part of the elite to be on that list. The Forbes list, you got to be on, listen, you got to be a part of the elite. You got to damn near sell your soul to be on that list. What Kevin is basically saying here is, in order for it to be official that Cat did X, Y, and Z, it should show on the Forbes list. No, it don't work like that. They put on that list who they want to put on the list. They put who they want on the list on that list to make them shine. That's how it goes. And you gotta go in the director's couch in order to be on those lists.
Go back to my last 5 years in comedy. I have 1 year where I got number 1. This year I'll be number 1 again. I have 1 year where I was number 3. The other years I'm number 6, I'm number 7.
Let's get that scripture read. Nico said in Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5, a woman must not wear men's clothing, nor a man wear women's clothing, for the Lord your God detests anyone who does this. That's true. You know, a man is not supposed to wear that which pertaineth to a woman, neither a woman wear that which pertaineth to a man. But again, in this culture, it is considered okay, and it's all comedy. And we think it's cool when it's not. You know what I mean? It's an abomination. But let's go.
These lists are researchable. The people on social media, on the internet, feed into words. You feed into diction. You don't feed into facts. Another fact, a hard fucking fact. Cat Williams did not own all the specials. He trashes the white man. The white man owns your content.
Wow.
You don't own it.
So Cat Williams don't own none of the specials?
Are you seeing how he's trying to discredit Cat Williams as if though he don't own nothing? This is crazy, man, what he's doing there. Crazy stuff.
False. False.
Is this provable?
I am now coming to get my sister's ball. That was
no. Charlemagne just asked, do you have the proof of this? Y'all ain't peep that? Y'all ain't peep how he just dodged the question? Let's rewind that back. Kevin dodged the question. Listen to it.
The people on social media, on the internet, feed into words. You feed into diction. You don't feed into facts. Another fact, a hard fucking fact. Cat Williams did not own all the specials. He trashes the white man. The white man owns your content. You don't own it.
So Cat Williams don't own none of the
No,
specials?
false. False.
Is this provable?
I am now coming to get my sister's ball.
He just said, is it provable? Charlemagne says, is it provable? He never responded. Do you have facts of that? He never answered. Let's go.
That was kicked over the fence. I think
you got it.
I'm only saying this because of how you attack innocent people.
Yes.
Attack me. Once again, attack me. I got the armor. I'm bulletproof.
Notice what he's saying. Attack him. Attack him. What he's really saying is he want Kevin Hart to attack him from the back. Are you peeping the game?
What you talking about, Willis?
Listen, when another man is telling another man to come attack him and come get him, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out, fam. If you're now joining the show, you're viewing the show, you like the stream, you appreciate what we're doing over here. We have 700 people viewing right now, only 398 likes. Do me a favor, click the like button. Let's get the likes up to 749 likes. That way YouTube can push this video stream through the algorithm and bring more people over here so that y'all can be a part of the show. Let's go.
To me, I'm going to ignore it. I'm only doing this because of what was said about innocent people that are working hard on their craft.
And Tiffany does have an hour stand-up special
She's
on
got
Showtime,
two.
From the Hood to Hollywood.
She's got two. She's got two. Also, Netflix specials are not given by what you sell on the road. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life.
And if you like the show, hit the Cash App. It's pinned right there at the top of the show. At the top of the chat, hit the Cash App. It's so funny. As soon as I said that, somebody actually did hit the Cash App. Hit that Cash App, fam. Support this work. We doing some work over here, fam. Let's get back to the tapes.
That's not. Another fact.
So it's not about tickets?
No.
What's that about?
It's not about tickets. It's about your...
It is about tickets. You saying it's not about tickets, but you there comparing your success to Cat Williams' success. Come on now. This is all competitive jealousy. That's what this is. Competitive jealousy, and you mad that Cat Williams didn't bend over like you. That's what you're mad at.
Brand. It's about your return. If I'm a business and I want to invest a high amount of money in you, how am I getting my money back?
Do you see that? Do you see that? So all of those people that are under Cat Williams, he invested money into them. So he's pimping Haddish. He's pimping her. He's pimping all of them. Because he's trying to get a return on what he invested in. And he mad that Cat Williams is able to do his own thing and finance his own work. Let's go.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
Yes,
I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
He didn't protect his brand. Now, to protect your brand is to protect your butt.
What you talking about, Willis?
He never protected. Let's get back to the tapes.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen.
That's what happened when they put wood inside you. When they put wood in you, you wear that dress. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. That's what happened.
So I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down.
You could see that Marlon is hurt because he know what he had to do in the industry. A lot of these cats, they regret it. They regret the amount of D they had to take. And I know it's difficult, again, for a lot of y'all to hear that. And it's like, you sit there and you try to say, well, Ringo, are you serious, man? Do these people really got to do these things? Yeah, they got to do this, fam. There's countless proof. There's countless videos, people telling you this type of stuff. You got to do this. They got Marlon already. They got all the Wayne brothers. They know. They got to live with these secrets. They got to go take these secrets to the grave. They know what it is. It hurts. It hurts these guys inside to know that somebody had to grease them up. They had to bend over. And a group of men had to literally grease them up with black grease. You know the black grease that you get from the 99-cent store? The black grease or the green grease? Seriously.
What you talking about,
And they scoop their hand in the grease, and then they just grease them up. I'm telling you, man, this is crazy, man, but this is what goes on in the industry, man. And he knows. That's why he's upset.
This is art and this is comedy.
This is all researchable information if you go look for it. I just chose to keep it to myself because I don't care. I'm only saying this now because I'm fact-checking what was put out as fiction, okay? That's not how they give it. That's not how they do deal. With that being said, once again, when you look at all the comedians that are up and coming, young, old, whatever, as a comedian that's sitting in a position of power, if you got any...
Shout out to Jan for the support. Appreciate you.
Financial growth, any financial success, put your money where your mouth is.
I don't like that saying, put your money where your mouth is. It sounds highly suspect. Seriously. Because where in the world is your mouth that you need to, like, why people say that, though?
The negativity that I received is from Cat Williams and Mike Epps. Ask yourself why. Those two people that fucked themselves over.
They was in the same movie. They was in,
I don't give a shit today. I got time to talk all the shit today.
What'd you say, Tiff?
All the shit.
I said they both got their break in the same movie. They both popped on the same movie.
Friday after next.
So what happened with Mike Epps? Why does Mike Epps?
I'm saying in general, where does all the negativity come that comes to me?
Do you get along with any of your peers?
Michael
everybody.
Blackson and you had a little thing, but
me and Mike Black.
He said, do you get along with any of your peers? Do you get along with any of your peers? Are you seeing that? Because with what field you're in, those are your peers. So if you're in comedy, do you get along with any of these folks? Just like in these YouTube streets, you got a lot of YouTubers. A lot of times, you know, people have disagreements. Me personally, I have moved away from, you know, getting into drama and beefing with this person, that person. I got away from all of that mess because it's not helpful. Normally, the people that view, they don't like seeing that type of drama. So you have to ask the question, if we know what that's like in these YouTube streets on social media, imagine how it is in the comedy thing, because we also got to do a video where we got to talk about Judge Mathis. I believe he made a video and he was talking about Monique and not necessarily Monique, but Monique and various other comedians in terms of them going at each other's neck. And in his mind, he said that we're all embarrassing ourselves. In a sense, it can come across that way. But at the same time, sometimes the truth needs to be known. And you have to speak the truth. Can't be fake. You know what I mean? There's a difference between just going at people just to go at them versus speaking the truth. Some of the stuff that's being shared is truth. People doing people dirty out here. People ain't getting their proper just due. They ain't getting their money. And, you know, just like you on a 9 to 5, if you know you worked 12 hours and you got your check and you looking at it, you're like, hold up, yo, fam, yo, where my OT, bro? Yo, that affects you, bro. Don't tell me that don't affect you when you looked at your check. And I know that's real because a lot of you at the sound of my voice, right? You just recently got your check and you missing money on your check, bro. How that make you feel when you got plans and you got ish you gotta do and you was expecting that OT to be on your check and for some reason the timekeeper or the supervisor, somebody didn't put the paperwork in and you ain't get your bread? Well, it's the same way in the industry, man. A lot of people did the work and they didn't get their bread and they went out here and they decided to speak about it. We look at it as a bunch of drama, but people not getting their bread. Let's get back to the tapes.
It's a fine. That was more about me and Mike Blackson knowing each other for real. You let this fiction shit take you out of the realm of saying you really know me. So at that moment, Mike, I'm like, dude, you know me. Like, enough is enough. You know that at this point, when all this shit is going down, you know how fucking serious it is. You know me. Like, we really are friends. I get it from everybody else. I don't give a shit. But you different. You know me. That's where me and Mike shit came in, but me and Mike are fine. I'm saying negativity. I'm saying shit talk. I'm saying the constant downing of people that sit in a position of success that have worked hard for it comes from people that have yet to realize their fuck up. This is simply me calling you out on your fuck ups. Stop pointing at other people. Stop pointing at Hollywood for your fuck up. Shit is changing. I sit as the biggest fucking comedy star in the world right now on an international level. Box office and goddamn touring. Stop talking to me about the opportunities that we're not getting because I'm creating them. Your fuck up. Take responsible for your fuck up. Don't kick my sister ball over the fence no more.
Why you like you talking to your kids?
Because they kids.
Notice what Charlamagne just said. Why you sound like you talking to your kids? Y'all gotta peep the game because, to be honest with you, fam, you cannot be talking to another man like that. See, he's talking about this man on a podcast like that, but he's not gonna pull up and talk to Cat Williams like that in his face. He's not gonna do that. They love to do that type of stuff over the podcast. Listen, a lot of times people be gaining all sorts of courage when they on these platforms, on these microphones. But I'm telling you, fam, when you run into people in these streets, bro, it'd be a whole different ball game. And it happens all the time. This is a small world. You be talking ish online about somebody, then you run into them in the street, and then we really find out who you are. That's why when you hear people talking all this stuff about what they're gonna do to somebody, and they making all these threats on social media, that sounds real nice when you behind that camera, and you got your microphone, got your little studio set up, all that stuff sounds sweet, but hey, we gonna catch you in the street one day. One of these days, bro, you're gonna be in that mall, you're gonna be walking around, you're gonna be lacking, and you're gonna turn that corner, and when you turn that corner, you're gonna see death right there, staring at you. Then what you gonna do? You see what I'm saying? So, hey, don't pay too much attention to all the theatrics of Kevin Hart. He talking real, he's talking heavy. It sounds real, like big time. But behind all of that dude is soft. You know what I mean? He's a softy. He's just talking real tough for the internet. Behind closed doors, they be blowing his back completely out. Trust and believe that. He gotta take the oath and he gotta do the rituals. Trust me. That's what he's really mad about. He's mad because Cat Williams didn't go through it. That's why all throughout the interview on Club Shay Shay, he kept reiterating that he's protecting his virgin a-hole. That's what he had to say because he know what it is. That's why these guys get upset, because Cat is constantly exposing them.
Cat, I believe that much in business. In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
Okay.
Right.
That's all. How can I be looking for you to put me on if I wouldn't? And if I can't show you what you missed out on, why would you believe me?
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to.
Yo, this clip is so incriminating, it's unbelievable, bro. To think that this guy literally is on a podcast telling everybody that he never really was approached about wearing a dress, and then you see him in a dress. It almost makes me believe that right after he did this interview, the elite contacted him and said, look, we need for you to wear that dress.
You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one.
Fam, I could never come on social media again if I did something like this. If I put on a dress and did this routine that you see him doing there, fam, I would never show my face on social media again. It's the most embarrassing thing you could do as a man, bro. It's like it will never go away. People will always use it. It's like, it's just bad at all times, man. It's like doing a scene in a movie of you getting graped is bad. It kind of reminds me of that actor that did that grape scene. And I forgot the name of the movie. I'm pretty sure y'all know who that actor. They did an interview with him where he said that his life never been the same after that scene that he did in that movie, portraying the scene of the black man getting graped. He said that he'd never been the same. He'd been traumatized. It been bothering him because it just goes to show how they want to see us as men. It's either you're going to wear a dress or you're going to be taken D in a movie. Just like in Pulp Fiction, where they had, I think it's Vin Rhines, I believe his name is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Vin Rhines, I believe it is. And you had him acting with, what's his name? Bruce Willis, not Robert De Niro, the Pulp Fiction guy, what's his name? John Travolta. And what's the next guy? Another great actor, the other black guy, Samuel L. Jackson, right? Got it, right? They had the brother literally getting his back blown out by the gimp or whoever it was in the film. And it's like, that's crazy, man. You had the strong brother in the film. They didn't put Bruce Willis. They didn't want to put the white man getting violated. They said it's better if we could put a black man getting violated. That was the most disturbing thing ever because the whole movie Pulp Fiction was great. But that scene, that was the most disturbing scene in the film. And it's like, why they put that in there? The movie didn't even need that scene. Like it didn't need that scene. They could have did something different. They could have did something where they was cutting him up or doing some sort of torture or whatever the case is. But to do that, fam, they put that in there to disturb us, man. They really did that. That's people remember the movie because of that scene. That's sick, man. Real crazy stuff. But let's get back to the tapes. Let's go.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So
now the fact that I was able to do it 12 times, that's the real thing. The part that I'm able to do it all across the country. The fact that every time I do a tour or a special, you think, well, that's sponsored by somebody. Somebody did a good job.
Listen.
No, just the guy they're kicking around. Just the one that might mentally not be all there. He's the one picking the outfits, writing this guy's material, booking the shows, making sure he gets there. He's the one hiring the other comedians.
Are you seeing that?
But hey.
Are you seeing that? He's the one financing everything. He's the one financing everything. But people making it seem like he's broke, he don't got nothing, he's crazy, he's on drugs. But the whole time, he was out there grinding, doing his own thing, building himself up. And it's difficult to do, to be honest, man. To be doing everything by yourself, man. If you're a person, man, and you're viewing and you do everything on your own, I'm like, you're your own boss. You're the manager. You're the producer, the editor. You're everything. You doing all the work. man, you don't realize how talented you actually are, man, because it takes a lot to do any sort of work by yourself when we know we need help, you know? So, hey, if you're a person that do everything on your own and you're successful at what you do, man, you have to congratulate yourself, fam, because it takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot. Let's get back to the tapes.
I knew that that's the end goal. So if that's the end goal and I'm there when I start, why would I deviate from that?
Right.
Remember, my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole.
Wow.
And never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, think I'm old, cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women.
They had Jonathan Majors running down the street, fam. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, fam. I mean, you think about it.
But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
And what he's saying there is facts, fam. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? You know, you might have some Caucasian women, they look real good, you know what I mean? Everything look nice. But at the end of the day, fam, with the amount of stuff that I see in Hollywood, bro, it's like, I just know what's going on. And when you look at what happened with Jonathan Majors and you look at all the things that happened with various brothers, and it's not just with Caucasian women. We seen black women do dirt. We seen that situation with Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? Where, what's that woman? I forgot that woman that went up in the hotel at 2 a.m. What's her name? Gibbons. Is something Gibbons. Robin. I'm not sure. I probably got it all wrong. But that woman, you know, she set that brother up so he could go to prison. This is what they do when you're a man of power and influence. They send women. So in most cases, Majors should have known better when he got with that woman. He should have known the signs, and he was set up. Like, it destroyed his whole career. And this is why look, guys, check this out. And somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier. I didn't read the comment, but somebody in the chat mentioned this earlier. They said they will also send women to you. So credit to the person who said it in the chat, even though I know this already, but credit to the person in the chat who mentioned that earlier. They said that they normally would send women too. So there's different ways of how they get you. You're gonna either bend over, right, and take some wood, some heavy meat, deep. I'm talking about deep, deep, deep. You know what I mean? You're gonna take the meat deep.
That's right. You're gonna definitely take the meat deep. Deep, deep, deep. Go, go, go. Mine. Go, go, go.
That's what they're gonna do to you. You know? So you're gonna either take the meat deep, or you're gonna have to do a blood sacrifice. Meaning you're gonna have to sacrifice somebody in order to, you know, keep your success. Or they will send a woman to you who will seduce you, lure you in, and then her job is to destroy your reputation and your career. You know what I mean? So there's different ways of how they do you. Normally they love sending women to sabotage your name, and it just ruins you, and you'll be blacklisted forever and serve time in prison, man. We've seen it happen to many people, man, and it's sad. But let's get back to the tapes.
And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that. That's what they don't like.
I did not know. You're telling me and showing me a side of the business that I didn't know. That you guys are, man, the competition, the competitiveness.
That's all business.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. See, being competitive is good for business. You know, we're supposed to compete at the end of the day. Even here on social media, on YouTube, you got a lot of content creators. They're doing their thing. A lot of us guys, a lot of us ladies, we have our own level of success, but it's a competitive business. Some guys are making a lot of money. Some guys are not. Some guys are doing their thing. You know, it's competition. It's good because it allows you, the viewer, the opportunity to choose what you want to watch. Right? But even with competition, the game can get dirty. You know, you got people stealing, people copying people's style, people doing this and that. You don't have people that's being original. And that's when it becomes problematic. And I think you heard that in the Cat Williams interview where he talked about how people were stealing jokes. And you had other comedians that came forth criticizing Steve Harvey on stealing jokes and various other people stealing jokes, man. Like, really? You're already successful. You taking my jokes? Like, why are you taking my jokes? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, listen, competition is good, but we got to know how to compete respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that I'm the best content creator ever. And I'm pretty sure other creators believe they're the best. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. People look at Mayweather and say, oh, Mayweather is arrogant. He's a male chauvinist. He's this, he's that. But when you think about it, the man is great in what he's accomplished. Who is anybody to tell him what he can or can't do in terms of him flexing and thinking of himself highly? If you're not going to give him that, why should he deny himself that? Why should I wait for you to tell me I'm good at what I do? You're never going to tell me that. So I got to believe in me. Because if I could believe in me, then you're going to believe in me. If you believe you're a failure, nobody will believe in you. And that's a fact. Let's go.
I don't care if they're selling Coke. You wouldn't believe the things that Coca-Cola says about Pepsi.
Right.
You wouldn't believe the water conversations between Dasani and Liquid Death.
Because people talk about people all the time. People will watch what you do all the time because it's a competitive business. This is what it's all about.
Like in all business, in all sport, competition is a driving force.
Facts.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So,
yo, this is crazy, bro. That man put on a dress. He didn't protect his back door. This is sad. They got him, y'all. The messy life of Kevin Hart and Marlon Wayans. Both of these guys put on dresses. Both of them are mad because Cat Williams didn't have to go through all the rituals the way they did. Now, again, for those that don't know, Dave Chappelle did, in fact, wear a dress. Don't let him fool you now. He had us all fooled. I thought he was official. He wore a dress. The tapes came out that he did, in fact, do it. Marlon Wayans is upset. He came to social media. The elite paid him some money, told him go up there and speak to the people.
You know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. Today, you got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen.
Nah,
so,
I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art. And
he said it's art.
This is comedy.
He said it's art and it's comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, you be the judge, fam. You be the judge. At the end of the day, these two literally dressed for success. That's what they did, fam. They dressed for success. The messy dress.
What you talking about, Wills?
And this is what they do, man, with our brothers, man. They put them in these damn dresses. And I don't know, man. It's really sad what has to happen, man. You can never pay me no money to do none of that nonsense, bro. I would never do that. That's not funny. It's not entertaining. I don't see how could a dude live with himself under those circumstances. I just can't see myself doing that type of stuff, fam. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here. We got more shows coming up. We're going to be streaming. We got a lot of things to do. We're going to be trying to put in some work today. You know what I mean? Put in a lot of streams, a lot of content. Hopefully I can get through today and actually deliver. You know what I mean? I started off the morning right, you know, gave y'all some shows. It is what it is. So we're going to keep things going. So at the end of the day, if you like the content, let's get the likes to 1,000. Let's get the likes to 10,000, fam. We need the likes to get to 10,000. So, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right? Let's see what we got. Give a few shout outs on this Cash App. And y'all know the drill. We're not shouting out what you gave, but we shouting out your name. So that being said, shout out to Stacy. Shout out to Stacy for the support. Stacy for the support. James, Edward, Katina, Alan. Salute to all of y'all for y'all support. And it is what it is, man. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, yeah. All right, y'all take care, man. We'll be back with another one in a few. You like the show? Get the likes up. This is the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. This is the best platform for reactionary videos and detailed content. We go into details, we break everything down to the smallest molecule. So y'all be safe out there, fam. Let's see what else we got. Shout out to Ricardo. Shout out to Ricardo. Appreciate the support, fam. Appreciate you. So y'all be safe, man. Y'all take care. Ringo TV Reactions. We out of here. Y'all take care. Salute. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Tracy in the building. Rebel for Almighty in the building. Salute to everybody out there on the 9-to-5 grind. Everybody out there hustling, doing what they got to do to survive. Be safe out there. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace and blessings. We out.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.